What are some beliefs he's attacking?
So he doesn't like the book Shior Koma.
Okay.
Shior Koma is a very strange. You've heard of it, yes?
Absolutely.
Did it come up in like your work with like the Tetragrammaton, or you just knew of it?
No. Kirkisani talks about it,
Yeah,
and
great.
other Karaite authors. So look, this was.
You know who else hated Shior Koma and thought that the book was
that?
absolutely terrible, should be burned? Maimonides.
Okay, so
like you're
look, so in a sense, Maimonides. This is my take on his history. I think Maimonides and Saadia Gaon and folks like that were a way of rabbinites saying, you know what, those Karaites are right. If we want to shore up our defenses, we have to speak out rather than defending what they're right about. If you can't beat them, join them, and that will take the wind out of the sails of the Karaite argument, because we'll agree with them because they're right anyway. I think that
maybe, but you'd have to see who first critiques Shior Koma. You'd have to see who. It's not really a rabbinite work any more than it's a Karaite work. It doesn't.
Really?
What?
Shior Koma is not a rabbinite work?
I wouldn't say so. It's a Jewish work.
All right, so tell everybody what Shior Koma is.
No, and I do want to say what it does do. I believe, but I'm not even sure if it makes use of names of rabbinite rabbis. If so, it's pseudographic because these are rabbis who lived long earlier. It's not a first century work. And the name, the rabbis, it's not like giving names of later rabbis. It's Rabbi Yishmael and Rabbi Akiva, who became heroes of mystical texts with no connection to Mishnah and Talmud. I mean, the names are used. And this text, I don't want to say it's not used by rabbinites, but I would totally not be surprised if I found some group of Karaites that was really into Shior Koma.
I would doubt that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes, there were definitely Karaites who got involved in Kabbalah, especially in later periods. So
I would not be surprised.
So tell us what Shior Koma is.
Shior Koma is a text that gives dimensions of the various parts of the Godhead. The arms, the legs, the eyes, all of which, by the way, are mentioned in Scripture. It says God's hands did whatever, God's eyes.
In a sense, it's a midrash on Song of Songs.
Song of Songs, right.
Where there's Solomon and his lover, and then the body parts are described. So Shior Koma says, well, how big were they? Well, right. In reference to God. Okay. So, and this was really low-hanging fruit for a Karaite to criticize the rabbinites on, because the idea to a rationalist is abominable that God not only has a body, but we can talk about the size of his arm and the size of his leg.
Correct. But do you have to be a rationalist to be a Karaite? Certainly not later.
No, I think there were rabbinites who, like I said, jumped on the bandwagon because they're like, these guys got a point.
Yes, but I'm saying the opposite. I said, do you have to be a rationalist to be a Karaite?
No.
Not in all periods.
No, but we're talking about in the 8th century and the 9th century when definitely the Karaites were rationalists. Maybe not all of them, but...
Maybe not all of them. Yeah. Again, I think this is more a rationalist, non-rationalist, rationalist, mystic...
And I think Rambam or Maimonides at one place talks about that fool who says God has a body. And I once heard he's talking about Rashi.
Well, no, he hadn't heard. He almost certainly hadn't heard of Rashi, so definitely not.
All right.
And so Maimonides in his youth, I believe it's about Shior Koma, that Maimonides in his youth says it's a really weird text and it must be metaphorical. And then later in his life, he said, this is just garbage.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So you're saying that the Karaites are criticizing rabbinites for things that the rabbinites themselves criticize other rabbinites for.
Yes.
Okay. That's really interesting.